tea. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about what type of soil I use for my houseplants. I have, last time I checked, over 120 houseplants. I use the same soil for pretty much all of my plants, but the ratios of the different mediums I use varies depending on the plant. So I like to mix my own soils because obviously every plant has a different need. So things like Hoya, they are predominantly epiphytic, so I like to give them a really porous, well-draining soil, whereas something like a peace lily, like a spathiphyllum, they like to hold on to a bit more moisture in their soil. If anyone has a peace lily, you know how dramatic they can be if they don't have enough water. And I myself am a serial overwaterer, so I've killed multiple plants from overwatering. If I give my plants a nice porous soil, that can kind of help put an end to that. And I also have pretty much all my plants in terracotta pots. So again, terracotta is a porous material, so it'll help wick away too much moisture from the roots. Okay, so here I have some examples of the substrates I like to use. This is fine pumice. I do prefer to use coarse pumice. I have run out of that, so for demonstration purposes this will do fine. And here I have some organic potting mix. Now, if you sort of see in there, it's already got a bit of fine pumice already in it. That's just how it comes. It's also got some larger chunks of bark, which is good. But I do find that this does or can compact down, which is why I like to add pumice. And over here I have some orchid bark, so if you can see, the texture of that is quite big chunks, and this also helps with drainage in the soil and also aeration. So these are the three I like to use. Normally when I first do a mix, I will mix equal parts, so equal parts coarse pumice, equal parts potting mix, and equal part orchid bark. And I do that for pretty much all of my houseplants. That's their basic mix. Now, if I was going to be potting up some Hoya, I would add probably more coarse pumice and orchid bark than I would potting mix. So I am going to be potting up something today, so I will do a bit of a mixture just to show you what it sort of looks like all together. So I'll do a pinch, 2 pinches of organic potting mix, 3 pinches of fine pumice, 2 pinches of orchid bark, and I'll mix that together. So I might just add 1 more pinch of potting mix, and this is how I mix it. So this, looking at this, it's got a good ratio of soil to pumice to orchid bark, and you need the actual potting soil because these two substrates are not going to hold any nutrients, which is why your potting mix is important. And I use an organic potting mix, so I know that there's no synthetic nasties in there, and that my plant's going to thrive with all organic ingredients. So yeah, so this is pretty much the standard mix I use. I'm going to be potting up a silver satin pothos and up for my mum, so I just wanted to mix up a small amount because it's only a small cutting. So that's my basics for mixing potting soil for houseplants. Now, as I say, I'm not an expert. This is just what I've done and what I have found works really well for me. You can totally switch things up. So if you don't have access to pumice, you can use things like perlite, which is basically a puffed volcanic stone. If you can't get organic potting mix, any sort of potting mix will do. Orchid bark, it's obviously just bark, so yep. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, hope you got some new tips. As I say, it is very basic. Take from it what you will, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!